Hey everyone, it's Nick Geo, and in today's video, I want to talk about why I kind of miss the Boy Scouts. And so, a little bit of background. First of all, as you can kind of see, well, not completely see, but I got to Eagle Scout as a Boy Scout, which is the highest rank. It's something that only really 2% of Boy Scouts get to. So I was proud of that. It's one of my best achievements, and I have this. So just I have the patch that I never put on, so I still have the life patch, which I didn't realize, and then a little kind of a big pin, and then these are just Eagle Scout mentor, Eagle Scout dad. There should be one that's like Eagle Scout mom, but whatever. So I have that. I have like a little certificate, so all that stuff. So my project was I created this native plant display garden at a local marsh, and it was about 2 dozen different types of native Illinois plants and flowers, and there'd be a little path there, and people could just walk through and just learn what were the native plants and flowers. Unfortunately, I've been to that marsh since then, and they didn't really keep up with watering that spot because it's kind of near the entrance, so it didn't last, but that's okay. But yeah, Boy Scouts, I did it end of 5th grade is when you join. So you kind of go around different troops to see which one fits your personality or just makes sense. And then you choose one. So I chose one in my town, kind of on the other side of the town on the north side, since I live kind of on the south side, and it was through a Catholic school, like a K through 8 school. And yeah, I like the people, and I think I knew some people from my elementary school that were in that troop. So I did that, and I I just had a lot of fun. So first, one thing that happened was that I made a good friend who was a year older than me. His name's Thomas, and he was very influential in my life. He kind of showed me electronic dance music, which I really loved in high school and college. And in college, I went to a lot of concerts and festivals and stuff, and it's probably all due to him first introducing me to that. And the big thing was that he influenced me to play chess competitively because he really pushed me. He was in my high school. He was just at the other middle school, so I got to be at the same high school as him, obviously, when I became a freshman. And I resisted freshman year, but sophomore year, I was like, okay, let me try out this chess team. And I was pretty good. And ever since then, I played for 3 years on the chess team. I was the co captain as a senior. I played at a chess club in college, and I played a bunch of tournament matches as an adult and a lot of online chess. And it was all kind of due to him because what would happen was we would go on these kind of once a month weekend trips to some place, some camping sites, whether it was in Illinois or Wisconsin, sometimes Indiana. And he would just have his magnetic chessboard, and we would just play, and it was so small that sometimes I couldn't tell where pieces were, and he'd be sneaky, and like he would have like a bishop from all the way in the corner just take something of mine in my corner. So that was like, but it was good because usually we were tent buddies. So yeah, he had a big influence on me, and that was all because I met him through the Boy Scouts, and he eventually got Eagle Scout, I think, before me. I got mine, like, I was basically done with everything by sophomore year, but I still needed, I think, like some requirements, so it took me another 2 years, and I got it when I was early on in my senior year. I got Eagle Scout because you have to get it by 18, because once you're 18, you're no longer considered a Boy Scout. You kind of become maybe like an assistant scout leader or something. So Yeah, that's the requirement. You have to get Eagle Scout before 18. Speaking of the weekend trips, I really enjoyed them and I want to camp again. I might camp this summer with one of my hometown friends. We might go to the Canadian Rockies in Banff and just camp overnight for one night. So, but I miss it. I miss kind of being away from technology, and that was back when, I mean, I had a phone, but I just didn't really look at it. Sometimes I would just turn it off, especially for the high adventure trips that we did, which was when you get older in the summer, it's a trip that's maybe 7 to 10 days long. And those are really cool because twice I got to go up to Canada to go to the Boundary Waters, which is a lot of canoeing and portaging, which is a very tough, very muddy. So I did that. The first time I did that, I was going into 8th grade, so the summer before 8th grade, and that was the first time I could do a high adventure. And they also chose me to be kind of the scout leader of the little group. So, and I made a lot of mistakes, and that was a tough trip, but I guess it was a good learning lesson. But I did that twice. I went to Isle Royale, which is an island in Lake Superior, north of Wisconsin. And that was really cool because that was just hiking and a lot of wilderness. And for those, it's always like you start at one point, you hike maybe 10, 15 miles, you stop, you find somewhere to set up your tents and everything, and then you keep going. But I really like just, I don't know, there was a lot of funny guys in the troop, and there were also really cool adult leaders, so they had their stories that they would tell, and I enjoyed just having a bonfire at night, whether it was the weekend trip, the high adventure. We also did a week in Wisconsin at a camp, Camp Freeland Leslie, just a summer camp, and that's where you got merit badges, because eventually you need, I think it's like 20 to 23 merit badges to be Eagles. So that was a place where you can get like 3 or 4 in 1 week. So that was really fun. I mean, the food was kind of good, even though it wasn't like gourmet or anything, but I really enjoyed just the fact that we were working hard during the day, and just any sort of food is going to taste great. And some things we did like Dutch oven peach cobbler, which is just kind of like a pie that we'd make in a Dutch oven. And we had these like hobo dinners, we call them, where you just have like, I don't know, like a patty of meat, and you just put seasoning on it, and you put like diced potatoes and onions and carrots and stuff, and then you wrap it all in tin foil. You put it on some coals that were hot, and you let it stay there, and then you just would eat it from the tin foil. That was really cool. And then a really cool thing we did, which maybe got me into, I think Boy Scouts kind of got me into like hot sauce, because I love putting hot sauce and stuff, but because we used a decent amount of like Tabasco and stuff. But we had a chili cook-off where adults and scouts could enter it, and we bought all of like the possible ingredients, and then everyone who wanted to do it, they made the chili, and then there was a judge, and they would judge who had the best chili. So that was really cool. But those trips were really fun, because not only was it just eating, but it was also, we were hiking around. Maybe we did some rock climbing somewhere. Maybe one time we like explored caves. So that was really cool, because we saw like bats and stuff. Sometimes it would just be chilling in a cabin when there's like 2 feet of snow outside, and that was fun. And sometimes we'd go like canoeing, or I'm trying to think what else. One trip we went on, it was like, I think we just went biking to somewhere. Like we had to bike 20 or 30 miles to get to our place, and then we stopped there. But I don't know, that was a different trip. And yeah, in terms of other high adventure, I went to New Mexico twice. So one was Philmont, which is kind of the main high adventure, the thing that's the most popular. So that's just going up and down in the Rockies in New Mexico, and that's really fun because there's a lot of really great views, and it's also just very historic there, very traditional in terms of just like my dad, when he was in Boy Scouts, he went to that. And then another trip, I forget the name of it, but it was also in New Mexico. That was maybe near the beginning of high school, and that was fun. And those are like maybe 8 to 10 day trips, and you'd hike 10 or 15 miles each day, which usually you'd want to do more, but remember that for these high adventures, you have to carry all the stuff that you're bringing. So you have to carry the tents, the food, you have to carry just all of your clothes, and with the canoe trips, you also had to carry the paddles or the canoes themselves, because portaging just meant between the lakes there'd be kind of dirt or mud paths that you have to go carry everything to get to the next lake. So that was fun. I also miss kind of the camaraderie, like I said, and just being out in nature, because I really haven't been out in nature a lot. I mean, I walk around forest preserves around here because there are 3 or 4 pretty good ones where I live, but it's not the same. I just wish I could go camping again because I just really liked it. My dad and I, we had this long running thing where it'd be like, oh yeah, next summer we're gonna go to Yosemite in California to camp, because he and my mom used to camp there, but it never came to fruition. So, but yeah, I hope that I can go to Banff with my friend Zach this summer, but that depends on Canada having open borders for US citizens. But other than that, I mean, I'm going to try to find some sort of camping. I mean, I might have to wait until I have a girlfriend, and then we can decide trips and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I miss Boy Scouts, and yeah, I wish there was something like that. Maybe, I mean, I know there are groups out there who like go camping together and stuff, but I feel like it's hard to find those things. So, but that's about it. Have a good rest of your Festivus today, because it is December 23rd. It is Festivus for any Seinfeld fans. It's 8 a.m., so I've got a lot of stuff to do today. So take care, everyone. And if I don't see you before, well, I'll see you before Christmas. So that's fine. All right.